How are you feeling after the last few weeks of obviously getting back into the season with your club and coming into the national team? How are you feeling physically and mentally having to get to play a few games after the grueling Copa America?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like Copa America really showed themselves, and yeah, we left on a high. And coming back, with the boys this camp against two very good opponents, we want to keep that motivation high, that energy high, and go into these games feeling good and trying to get the win that we think we can get.
I'm going to get into your opponents in a second, but the September international window is always a bit of an awkward one because you just start back with the clubs. But how good is it to get games already under your belt for Bayern before you come in and be ready to give it your best for Canada?
Yeah, it's really important. I think it helps me, a lot. After the Copa, I had a couple weeks off to rest my mind, my body, and overall, it feels good to go back to Bayern to play and get some games under my belt before I came to the national team. I missed majority of the preseason, so it's a good feeling coming back here and having some time under my feet and getting started again.
And does it feel different that you come back now as the true captain? I know before it was always a little bit more discussion about who was going to take it. Now the full-time captain, how special is that to know that you're coming back to lead your team against the US as a full-time captain?
Yeah, it's very special. I think I did well in the Copa, not just me. I think the whole team did well. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, you dream of, captaining your national team on the world stage, and I'm happy I can get that opportunity. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I'm given, and yeah, I'm very looking forward to these next games and excited.
I know John said keep it strictly to Canada, and I will, but what I want to bring up is when you're around people like Manuel Neuer, who just retired international football after 124 caps, and what a leader that is, how amazing is it that you're surrounded by some fantastic influences? Like, who are some of these leaders that you're looking at to help you lead Canada by being in the dressing room with some of these fantastic players?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of, great players that play for Bayern that I play with, train with them every day, train against them, play games against them in training. Yeah, I mean, overall, they have a mindset where it's beyond, what I can say. The motivation to give the team each and every day, not just, on the pitch, also off the pitch as well. And definitely before games, they're inspiring. Like you said, Manuel Neuer, just retiring, Thomas Müller, I can go on and on and on. I think everyone on that team has the mindset to become a leader, and that's what we try to start. We try to focus on. They try to help young players like myself and also young players coming through the program, to really teach them the mindset of Bayern Munich. And obviously all the other stuff that I've learned, watching them day in, day out over the years, to come into this environment, I just want to, give my knowledge and my experience.
And I just thought you have a great captain, one of the best captains ever in Vincent Kompany as well, now that you get to learn from every day as well. So it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I want to ask you about some of the players I'm going to talk to in the next couple of minutes as well. Moise Bambito is a player that you got to play with every game during this summer. Not only did he stand up and was brilliant against the Dutch and the French, but played against Messi. And this is a player that's only been an international player for a short time and a professional for just over 18 months. What do you like about Moise? What do you see about Moise as a teammate, and what is the thrill like to play with him?
Yeah, I mean, as a person, Moise is, he's outgoing. He brings, smiles on people's faces. He's just a guy you like to be around. As a player, Moise is, he's a really tough defender. Like you said, so it's shocking that he's only been, 23, 24, and he's been discovered so late. But overall, it's just he brings out the energy and the aggressiveness that we need on the pitch. I mean, I remember the game against France. I think him and Kone was, one of our best players on the pitch. They went out there with no fear, especially against a team like France, and they showed that they can play football. And they both got the move this summer, And yeah, I'm excited to see how they develop, and definitely Moyes, as being as a strong and as a aerial duel winning center back that he is, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him.
Fonzie, I want to talk to you about this rivalry, Canada versus the United States. It's always a big rivalry in sports anyway, but I want to take you a little bit through your own past history with them. First time you played against them was in October 2019 when you scored that big goal at BMO Field. What are your memories about that game, the first time you played them and were able to beat them?
Yeah, that game was it was a good game for Canada. It was a while since I think we've scored or we've beaten the U.S. And to do it on home soil, and obviously I'm very grateful and happy to get the goal. But yeah, we've played them a couple times afterwards. They got the better of us. But we know that this is a rivalry that is going to last years after years. Even when everyone that are playing in this rivalry now retires, and we know it's going to keep going. But yeah, we're ready for it. We're motivated. We have the energy, and yeah, we're looking forward to the game, and we can't wait to go out there and show what we've been learning, we've been doing on the training pitch, and put into the game.
I want to also talk to you about the two games in the World Cup qualifier. One that you played in, one that I think you watched in on Twitch, the Hamilton game, which we were all delighted to see you being celebrated with those goals. But the first game, Fonzie, was really important, was it not? Because that was early in the World Cup qualifying in Nashville, where you played the ball in for Kyle and you tied 1-1. And that was really a message sent at that moment that Canada were able to go on and be taken seriously for World Cup qualifying. How do you remember that game? And am I accurate in feeling that that was a big game for your team at that time?
That was definitely a big game. We knew that, we had to get something from that game. We knew that we were going to the U.S., playing on their home soil is going to be tough. It's going to be a hostile environment. But we stuck together as a team, and yeah, we got something. We got a point out of that game. It's never easy going and playing the U.S. on their home soil, but we did well, and we knew that we needed to get something because it's a World Cup. We were fighting for a chance to play at the biggest stage in the world, and I think everybody was hungry. And to be able to get that 1-1 draw and bring it back to our house and finish off the tie was spectacular.
And how do you remember the Hamilton game? I know you weren't there, but how do you remember it?
Yeah, for me it was a little bit warmer than for the other guys, for sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was itching to be out there. Fortunate incidents stopped me from being out there with the boys, but I was watching, I was supporting them from home. Even though I'm not on the pitch, I still support, and I'm still one of the biggest fans for sure. Yeah, watching the game with my father, it was really emotional because that's the type of game where playing for your country means a lot, and to be able not to physically be there was devastating. But overall, the boys did their job, and we got the win in our home country.
Fantastic. And what about the Nations League final in Vegas in 2023? It didn't go your way that day. What do you recall about that? How do you remember that? And is the lessons that you can take from that to help you on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely. The Nations League finals, that was an opportunity to get a trophy for this country. Obviously, like I said before, playing in the U.S. is never easy. We knew that it's a finals, and they're gonna come out with everything. We also had to come out with everything, and yeah, I mean, we left it all out. We left it all out there on the pitch. The battle, the header, the tackles, the shots, the saves, everything. It's just we left everything out there, and unfortunately we couldn't reach the finish line. But that's just a reminder for us, for all the boys that has been there at that time. Watching them lift the trophy, it did something to us, and definitely we're taking that with a grain of salt and coming back for revenge for sure.
Last two questions for you again. Thank you so much for your time. Jesse just talked about how much he loves being able to coach you and how much he loves to challenge you. How much do you enjoy being challenged by Jesse? How's that relationship going?
It's going good. Yeah, he challenged me a lot, off the pitch, on the pitch, speaking more to the team, being more responsible around the team. Yeah, I mean, on the pitch, he challenged me to be vocal. I'm sure some people know that I'm not a very vocal person when I play football. I'd say one or two things, but not all the time, not for 90 minutes. I think he challenged me because, I need to be, I need to be more lively on the pitch, more vocal, and also to help all the other guys that are coming in, learning the new system and everything.
Last one for you, Fonzie, is the US and Mexico, the two big teams in CONCACAF along with Canada. What are some of those goals internally that you guys have set here to try and accomplish as you spend the next week together?
Yeah, we know these two games, it's big games, playing the two big, let's say, North American countries. Yeah, we're excited, we're happy. Yeah, I mean, the first game is against USA, and we're ready for that challenge, and also another big test against Mexico. Overall, I think the boys know how important it is. Even though it's a friendly, there's something still meaningful and behind it to go out there and get a result. The boys are excited, they're hungry, and yeah, like I said before, we just want to keep our confidence up like we had in the Copa America and keep building from there.
Listen, pal, I know you say you're not very vocal when it comes to this, but I always learn so much when I chat with you. Thank you so much for giving me some time, and good luck on Saturday. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.